Hey everyone, welcome back to Rather Be Visin. My name is Sam, and today what we're going to be doing is taking a look at how you can pull through some dynamic number formats. So if you're familiar with using a parameter to switch between the measures that you're looking at, you might have found yourself in a situation where you're looking at a pound value and also a percentage, and you can't set the format within Tableau to change when you change your parameter, but there is a way around it. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. So let's just hop straight into Tableau and start building this out from the ground up. So first thing I'm going to do is make my parameter. So I'm going to create a parameter here. I'm going to call this my measure selection. I'm going to prefix it with a P so I know it's a parameter. And I'm going to have it as a string. I'm going to allow a list of values. And I'm going to have sales. I'm going to have discount. And I'm going to have quantity. So I'll click OK on that. And now I'm going to make my calculated field. So this is going to be my selected measure. And for this, I'm going to use a case statement. So I'm going to say when my parameter is sales, then I want to sum my sales. When it is discount, then I want the average of my discount. And when it is quantity, then I want the sum of my quantity. I'm going to finish that off with an end. I'm going to click OK, and now I'm going to bring in my order date. Let's show our month and year of order date. And then I'm going to bring in my selected measure, drop that onto rows, and if I show my parameter, we can see that at the moment we're showing sales. If I switch that to discount, we're showing discount, and if I switch that to quantity, we're showing quantity. Now, if I put this down onto label, and I'm just going to show the min and max. And you can see that for quantity, it's fine. It's showing us a whole number. And if we switch to sales, again, it's showing us a whole number. We might want the pound sign in there. And if I switch to discount, you can see it's showing us the whole number. So obviously a discount is between 0 and 1. So it's showing us as 0.15 for that 15%. Now, usually what you'd do to format your labels is you'd come into your pill that is on the label, you'd select format, and you'd say, actually, I want this to show as a percentage. And so that shows fine for discount, but when we switch round to sales, we're now showing our sales value as a percentage, which isn't right. So I'm going to switch this back to just being a number. I've got to drop it down to no decimal places. Now we're going to make a couple of calculated fields that's going to allow us to add a prefix and a suffix onto this number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up into my create calculated field, and I'm going to call this my selected measure prefix. And I'm going to say if my measure selection equals sales, then I want to pull through a pound sign, and I'm going to end. And I click apply and OK, and then I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to change this to suffix. And I'm going to say if it is discount, then I want to pull through a percentage sign. So click apply on that and then OK. And then I'm going to bring both of these onto my label. I'm going to come into my label to edit it, and I'm just going to move my prefix to be ahead of my selected measure, and I'm going to bring it all onto one line. Click apply, and now you can see for our sales, we've got that pound sign that starts at the start. And if I switch to quantity, you can see that I've got nothing. Now, if I go to discount, you can see that at the moment it's just showing as 0%. And that's because what we're doing is we're pulling through that value, but we haven't actually made that at the same level as everything else. Everything else is a whole number. Our discount isn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into my selected measure calculation here. I'm going to put my discount into a round. I'm going to times it by 100, and I'm going to have it to 0 decimal places. So what this will do is rather than showing as 0.15 for 15%, it's going to show as 15 for 15%. So I click apply on that and then OK. You can see now my values are coming through as I want them to. And now I can switch between these and it's showing correctly. So that's one way of being able to get around formatting your numbers when you're using a parameter to control what measure you're looking at. Obviously, there's other ways of doing this, but this is probably one of the most straightforward. And that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.